It's the 80s Montage 300th episode, and we're having a huge celebration Sunday the 16th of November from 5 p.m. at the Creatures of Habit Bar in Fitzroy. Get your tickets now, rewinddaddiesmixtape.com.au. Oh my God, we're so happy to hear you listening.
And we're talking about Back to the Future.
We are the 40th anniversary.
40th anniversary, and we're filming it, recording it on the day
5th of November.
5th of November, which is the day that they landed back in 1955 in the film.
That's right.
How special.
Not many people remember that because I was watching it going, hang on, tomorrow's the 5th and that's in the movie. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Great tune. We are the 80s Montage. This is Jovi.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Obi-Wan Kenobi. And everybody on the other end, Sammy Hard on.
Don't fuck with me, fellas! This ain't my first time at the rodeo.
Sammy, head on.
Yeah. Head-on collision. We're back in the band room, which is great.
So nice.
Been having a lovely afternoon.
We just did a Patreon. Become a Patreon, guys. They're so good.
Yeah, they are
They're
awesome.
funny. We get to chat about shit that we don't want anyone to hear about.
Well, yeah, we spill the tea.
We do spill the tea.
in the Patreons.
Yes.
Well, you got to be careful in these shows.
You do,
because everyone listens. You got to be careful.
You do.
For the select few, it's like your best friends. You kind of like you give them all the behind the scenes stuff.
It is our best friends because it's patreon.com/the 80s Montage podcast. You can jump on for 7 days for free and have a look-ski. And then start on. And
That's a
you
good
can
idea.
give it for Christmas presents as well.
Do that.
Don't forget our 300th episode is coming up in very, very short time.
In a couple of weeks.
Less than that maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know. And grab a ticket, rewinddaddiesmixtape.com.au. Back to the Future. You're a fan?
Yeah, was always a fan. I love the kind of fairy tale element of it. It's very kidsy, but because it sort of came out in 1985, it has a lot of stuff in it that's risque.
Yeah.
Like Marty going back and his mum falling in love with him and like being in the car with his mum and everything. They actually, the Zemeckis brothers, Rob Zemeckis and Bob Gale, because they were long time fucking collaborators who look alike. That's why I said Zemeckis brothers. they had shopped it around to a lot of the big film companies because they had this idea to do a kind of time travel film.
Right.
Disney said no to it.
Wow.
Because of they loved it, and then they read the script and then they said, "Oh my God, are you crazy? He can't end up in a car with his mum. That's incest." And they went nuts and like booted him out. They were like, "You guys are wrong. How dare you bring this to us?" But it's such a Disney kind of feeling film. It's very fairy tale. Like the soundtrack and everything is really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I just think the sort of supporting cast and the relationships between the characters and the performances were fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Oh no, maybe it was rattling around my consciousness that it was the 40 years. It must have, because I was musing a couple of weeks ago. We should talk about the trilogy because it's such a successful fucking trilogy.
Yeah, that's right.
They are consistently awesome, those films.
Yes.
They're really good.
So it's on in the cinemas this next weekend, Village and Hoyts, and I think Maddie and I are going to see it. Just the Back to the Future, the first one. I watched it last night. I've only seen bits of it, to be honest with you. I'm a bad 80s montage host. I've never seen it in full.
Ah.
And I really loved it. But the feelings you're getting with the mother and the son, and I thought that was sort of sweet because at the end of the day, mothers always love their sons and sons always adore their mothers, and there's a push-pull with the partner.
Yeah.
You know, there's always a push-pull. Not with daughters and fathers though.
Yeah,
It's
right,
interesting.
right.
I think there's a much bigger dynamic with a son and a mother.
Yeah.
And the son will blame the mother, but it's really both.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. They have a very interesting relationship, sons and mothers. And you feel responsible for your mum's happiness. Like coming of age for a young fella is you then feel responsible for your mum's happiness. So when Marty could see that his mum was unhappy and that her life hadn't quite turned out the way that she wanted, he wanted to do something about that, which is kind of the first thing that he went about doing when he went back in time. Amazing film, amazing performances. And I was thinking about it on the way out here. You forget because you think it's just about Marty and Doc Brown.
That's right. No.
That is only one relationship dynamic.
Yeah.
He has the relationship with the girlfriend, Jennifer. He has the relationship with his family, with his mum and dad and his brother and sister. I'd even fucking forgotten he had the brother and sister.
Yeah, sure.
And then the relationship with Biff Tannen and the bullies.
See, I think Biff was my favourite.
What a fucking amazing performance from that guy.
What an amazing actor, I know.
And it carried all the way through.
Because he was annoying.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, who else is going to teach the dad to be stronger?
Yeah.
You know?
He really stepped up, that guy.
Amazing.
His name's Thomas F. Wilson, the actor. And apparently he was like the nicest guy in the world. Playing the bully, you would have thought he was the hugest prick in the world because he was like, you hated him.
No,
you hated this guy.
Yeah, you did, but I felt like he had a nice part about him.
Yeah, right.
I could see it. I'd be like, you are a prick in this, but you'd be a great fucking guy to have a conversation with.
Yeah. There was Zemeckis does interesting things in his films where he makes every single character human. And there's this bit where he shows, might have been in the second one, where he shows Biff coming out of where he lived. And I remember they say something like, oh, we looked up his address, but it was just some old lady's house.
Yeah.
And I think Biff, whether he lived with his mum or his grandmother, I can't quite remember. She's nagging the fuck out of him and like just on his back and making him feel like shit.
Well, that's the point.
Straight away it humanised him.
Right?
Yeah.
The ones that get nagged by mothers or girlfriends or whatever come across as these people, but you get behind closed doors, they're like little fucking boys.
Yeah.
You know? little boys.
He was getting picked at home, so he's got to go out and find his strength somewhere else.
He wouldn't have fed the cats or something, and the grandmother's gone
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah.
You know. So 1985 we're looking at, and it's called a science fiction film. You know, like it's a little bit like that. I find it. I've always sort of not been that interested because it was very male, it was very boysy.
Yeah.
I was a flash dance girl.
Yeah, right.
But for this time, there was a lot of undercurrent stuff that I loved. Tell me about Steven Spielberg. What did he have to do with it?
So he was
he comes up
executive
straight away.
producer,
Right,
and
yeah.
he had done a lot of stuff with Zemeckis and Gale.
Okay.
They were sort of long-time collaborators. They'd done like 3 films, but none of them were massive hits. And this was the first film, I believe, that they had worked on. I'm not sure if it's the first film that Spielberg had done as an executive producer. Oh, it was the first film that he had done for Universal as an executive producer.
Okay.
So he would always work for Universal before as a director.
Yep.
And this was part of what made it work and why they worked so well together. Because Spielberg had been a director and had moved on to be an executive producer, he was able to read the script like a director would read the script and see the vision.
Yeah.
Whereas an executive producer really is kind of the funding, you know.
Yeah.
So they may not be a filmmaker. They may be more of an accountant that
Of
just
course.
has a love of the arts and they want to promote certain
Yeah.
things. They may not be a filmmaker, you know. So they were lucky in Spielberg that he had that sort of director's eye and he could really see it sort of panning out. And nobody else kind of got it. Nobody else kind of got the film because they were like, it's 1985. People want kind of edgier, raunchier stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of a nice story.
And no one cares about the future?
Well, it's essentially a story about a guy going back and would he like his parents if they were teenagers? So
That's right, into the
that's the
50s.
whole core of the film.
Yeah.
Is would you like your parents if you were all the same age? Would you be mates? Would you be mates with your parents?
Well, this is
if you went
exactly
back?
what I was going to say about when she calls him Calvin Klein and
Yeah.
they've got that's fantastic. I think that's my favourite part of the movie because Calvin Klein was obviously huge then and he's got him on his undies, blah, blah, blah. I think there's a recognition of soul in that situation where if that did happen, your mother would know you were related soul-wise.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you come into this world, and this might be getting a bit witchy-poo, guys, but when you are born, you choose your fucking parents. So your soul goes, you're the parents. So when you turn around later on in life and you go, I don't fucking like my parents, you don't like your soul.
Yeah.
You don't fucking know who you are.
Yeah.
And that's why people hate that shit.
Yeah.
Because you should know you've chosen that motherfucker. Right?
Yeah.
And this is what I saw in the movie. I saw a lot of the spiritual aspects of it.
Yeah, it
which is really interesting for me.
It's got a real heart to it, this film.
Well, I don't blame her for falling in love with her son because it was a part of her and she didn't know that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you've got to remember some people will come back as babies in a different shell.
Yeah.
You know, and people don't believe that. They think, oh, that's it. You just go, you're under the ground. But I think it was really clever. And I think the risk in this movie was having the balls to talk about that stuff without talking about it.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean?
Yeah, they just present it.
Yeah, that's right.
Present it and you can read the layers. And that's what makes a great film.
Amazing.
They don't have to feed you them. They don't have to sort of feed you all the morals. I read a thing about fucking filmmaking these days and they call it something that, it horrified me. Films and film scripts are being edited for something like second screen attention or second screen, and they're simplifying scripts.
Yes.
Because often films are watched while a person is doom scrolling.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I doom scroll if the film's shit.
Yeah, totally.
So I don't know why they're watering it down even further.
Yeah.
I doom scroll when I'm like, oh, well, this bit's not well written or well made. I'll fucking catch up on whatever.
And that's the truth, because we were talking about the Patreon, how I've been watching High Country. Did not look at my phone once. Watched Back to the Future last night. Did not look at my phone once.
Yeah.
Got 3 SMSs.
Yeah.
Did not look at them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I was invested in what was in front of me.
Yeah.
And why would you change your film writing to that bullshit?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so something happened really early on in the filmmaking. So Zemeckis had a big hit the year before with Romancing the Stone, and even though he was respected within the industry, he now had clout to do whatever he wanted. But they had a bit of a very strict time frame to make the film. They did all this casting. They wanted Michael J. Fox first, but he was completely tied up with family ties. Couldn't do it. They cast Eric Stoltz. Eric Stoltz was really good, like had a really interesting quality, but just didn't sort of had the comedy timing that Michael J. Fox does. Michael J. Fox was masterful.
He was.
Masterful.
Yeah.
Just the comedy without
overdoing it.
It was
just there.
His reactions are beautiful.
When he sees Biff, when he's sitting in the cafe and Biff walks in and he knows his dad's going to cop it.
Yeah.
Just perfectly done.
Yeah. You can see it all in the face.
Yeah, that's right.
Just fucking incredible.
Faces are so important.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Anyway, they got, I think it was 3 weeks into filming, so they had shot 3 weeks worth of material with Eric Stoltz. And, Zemeckis went to Spielberg and said, it's just
not working.
We're just not getting the laughs. I don't feel we're getting the laughs that the script is kind of suggesting.
Yep.
He went quite serious with it. And with a similar combination, like there weren't other big recasts. When they did recast it, did put things sort of slightly out with the time frame. And so it came right through to Christmas. Family Ties was going on Christmas hiatus.
Yep.
The creative on Family Ties, the producer or whatever, knew that this script was rattling around and it'd be a wonderful vehicle for Michael J. Fox. And he put it in a manila folder and at the Christmas party said, just give this script a read. It had been rattling around and he knew of it.
Yeah.
And he wanted to do it because Crispin Glover was doing it. So Crispin Glover, who was playing the father, was thought to actually be like a bit of a nutso genius. And so Michael J. Fox wanted to do it because Crispin Glover did it. Interesting. They did have an interesting dynamic in the first one, but they couldn't get him back for the second one because he kind of...
Should we play this little clip?
Thought he had made it. He thought Crispin Glover thought he had made it. He thought he was a big movie star and he had all this clout and he made all these demands that they were just like...
He went Joan Collins.
Yeah, that nuts.
Without being Joan Collins.
But Michael J. Fox was saying, he gave me so much weird stuff to bounce off.
Of course he did.
I was watching it going, this is almost like a co-lead with Crispin Glover and Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
If you take sort of Doc Brown out of the equation for a moment, an amazing performance by Crispin Glover, but he's proper nutso. After this, sort of years after, he went on Letterman, had a bit of a meltdown. We've got some audio of that.
Here we go.
My next guest is a very talented young man. He probably best remembered as Michael J. Fox's father in a film called Back to the Future. He is now starring in a motion picture called River's Edge. Folks, please welcome Crispin Glover. Hi. How are you? Nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
How are you doing?
Good. I'm really good.
Things going all right this summer?
I'm having a very good summer.
Yeah. Where do you live now? You live in Los Angeles?
Yes, that's right. In Los Angeles, I just bought a nice condominium.
Condominium? Where's it located?
It's located just over the hill in the valley, and I'm really happy about it.
Did for a time you lived in Hollywood? You lived on Hollywood Boulevard?
In Hollywood Boulevard?
On Hollywood Boulevard?
No.
Had an apartment overlooking Hollywood Boulevard? Had a big high building you lived in? Big tower on Hollywood?
No.
All right, then we'll just drop that and go on to something else. All right? Do you do a lot of television shows?
Oh yes, now because I've been in movies that are big, and I'm a movie star, so I've been on talk shows on the Johnny Carson show, and now I'm here, and I've been all across the United States, and I feel really good about it. So.
Do you enjoy the experience?
Yes, I feel very good about them.
I notice you have something there in the case.
I knew that this was going to happen, and can I tell you, because the press, they can do things, they can twist things around, and you're talking, the press says things about you in the paper. This is a paper, the LA Weekly in Los Angeles, and they said about me la-di-da. It was I went to a club, and they said that it was at a meeting, and it said Crispin Glover, who was in a frenzy. Though his bark is actually worse than his ... You get the point. Mm-hmm. And
Paul, anything you'd like to add here?
And then another one, they said Crispin Glover.
Paul,
was
is this the first time you've seen another guy drown? Is this the first time you've watched a guy die?
Is that you're talking about you or him?
Yeah, no, me.
This is the other thing. They said Crispin Glover was pinstriped and greased up for the occasion, impressing the girl things who are trying to get next to him. Guess some people are turned on by Brill Cream.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
And then I don't have these.
You seem to be distraught.
They don't.
You seem to be distraught.
People try to make me sound a lot weird, and
yeah.
I'm strong. I'm strong. I can arm wrestle. Do you want to arm wrestle?
No.
I've been taking. No. I've been taking part. These aren't mine. I can kick.
Okay. I'm going to go check on the top 10.
No, I'm sorry.
I'll be back. Welcome back to the show. We're running a little short of time tonight. I would have loved to chat more.
There you go.
Tried to kick him, and Letterman left the set because he felt unsafe.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this happened in 1987. This would have been right at the time that they were trying to get him back for the sequel.
Okay.
Although sort of sequels became a thing through the 80s, it wasn't a given. So it wasn't a given that if you came up with this awesome idea that it would naturally go to sequel. It wasn't always done. So, and,
unless the budget was just
blew
out of the water, you'd want to do a sequel.
Yeah, that's right.
It doesn't mean it's going to work.
That's right. And you would write the actors in for sequel in their original contract. So you wouldn't have to do then a massive negotiation after the first one had become a hit, because that's what they were trying to avoid.
Right.
First one becomes a hit, and then the actors know that they've got the studio by the balls.
Of course.
So they can ask for fucking 3 times the amount. These days, especially for like Marvel films and stuff like that, every chance that it's going to go to sequel. So, and they even intend for it to go. And so they will sign you in for like multiple sequels and all of that kind of thing.
So you can't ask for extra.
Yeah, that's well, yeah. And they say like over time we'll expand it. But you can't go crazy going into the sex because you'll kill the film.
So who do you think was representing him? Because obviously it wasn't himself. Because he's nuts.
He is nuts, but I think
Is
at
there
the
a businessman
time,
there, is there?
Yeah, he had an agent and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think at the time, and I don't know if he did a lot of drugs. I don't know I think he was just nuts.
Right.
There was the perception though that he was quite a brilliant actor, and it's sort of like you've seen sort of Joaquin Phoenix do have a similar sort of public meltdown. Nobody knew if it was real or not.
It reminds me of when the guy came out and did backflips, Nicolas Cage, on Letterman. Letterman is very good at handling this kind of stuff.
Crazy. He's very good at balancing crazy.
And they don't know they're being scrutinised.
Yeah.
Because he just sort of, like, that was what that little bit of brief silence was it's just David Letterman looking.
Yeah.
I really couldn't tell you what I think's happening there. It sounds to me like he just can't get, but he's got a fake wig on. I'm sure he's got a fake wig on.
Well, I think he sort of rocked up looking like that, and Letterman was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like it was just pear-shaped from the very beginning.
Yeah, so
the
he
whole
wasn't
interview.
in the second one, obviously.
No, so it was just all too weird. They didn't have him back, and they were like, we'll just write him out of the script. So that was a huge part. That was a huge sort of like pivotal bit with the second film, is that the dad had been killed, and Biff Tannen had murdered the dad in cold blood.
Right.
So they sort of wrote the dad out, even though the whole core of the first film was,
Based
is he
around
going to be
him.
able to go back and be mates with his dad?
Yeah.
They wrote the dad out, and isn't that amazing? Like casting had an effect on that first one. So what they did, they were like, well, we've got to kind of deal with the dad somehow. What are we going to do? They had another actor play the father with prosthetics to make it look like Crispin Glover.
Wow.
And then they hung him upside down. Remember he had a bad back?
Yes.
He had a bad back, so he was like
those braces things.
he
That
was
was
hanging.
big in the 80s to hang someone from that.
Yeah, those upside down
That
machines.
was meant to fix your back.
to help with their posture
know
and
if it
their
did.
spine. Oh, they're good though.
Oh, have you
They're
been
good,
in
those
one?
things. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've only been on the monkey bars like that.
I was on one of those upside down machines once.
Rightio.
And my brother came in with his mate and got the dog's ass and wiped it in my face.
That's
Wiped it in my
great.
fucking face. But I was laughing. I wanted to kill him. One of them was like holding my arms down. The other's got the dog's ass wiping it in my face.
Oh.
I wanted to kill him.
Jesus.
But I was laughing so hard. Anyway.
So let's introduce.
Anyway, Crispin
sorry.
Glover sued Steven Spielberg for
You're
using his
kidding.
likeness
You're kidding.
without his permission and won.
Oh,
Won
yeah.
1 million.
Probably would have.
Yeah. And it actually started a new law in films. You're not allowed to prosthetically or
Well,
however
he's obviously
else.
not so dumb. He's fucking smart.
Well, he knew he had something. I think he's just like a bit of a victim. I can tell he's a victim.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
strong. I can arm wrestle.
Yeah.
Like, where the
that's
fuck did that come
shit
from?
people say when they.
Because he was getting
fucking
bad press for
drawing
being
and
weird.
Yeah, but you know what? Every press is good press.
Yeah.
I just thought he just couldn't get out of the character. I wasn't sure what was going on.
It's just weird like that in every film.
I'm going to watch the second part tonight because it's made me interested in it because, like you said, he invented a lot of things in this movie.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's really clever about it because we already knew about these things when the movie was out.
He invented rock and roll. He invented, this is Marty McFly.
Yeah.
He invented rock and roll. He invented the skateboard.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other things. And this is something with the film. The film opens quite slowly.
Yeah.
And it opens in sort of Doc Brown's apartment and it's
That's
like
right, with all the
going around.
clocks.
They must have had something where Marty was like the protege, like the kind of inventor. And because he was the only one willing.
I think he believed him.
But they
You know?
they must have had sort of like something connecting them. Like they must have had some kind of cerebral connection.
I think it might have been. I sort of start to see the digital clock that Marty has that rings all the data, like the digital clock where they have the Huey Lewis and the news track.
That's right.
It kind of linked that with the clocks at the start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's all about Back to the Future. But let's just play this thing. This is where we meet Doc and then Biff. Because we talked about Doc, I think this is the first time they go Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And then Biff, there's another excerpt of Biff and how tough he was. Personally, I think Biff is amazing. Here we go.
Doc!
Marty, you made it.
Yeah!
Welcome to my latest experiment. This is a big one, the one I've been waiting for all my life.
Well, it's a DeLorean, right?
Bear with
What
me,
are you
Marty.
doing?
All your questions will be answered. Roll tape.
Okay,
I will proceed.
Doc, is that a Devo?
Never mind that now. Never mind that now. Not now. Not now.
Hey, McFly! I thought I told you never to come in here. What's it gonna cost you? How much money you got on you?
Well, how much you want, Biff?
All right, punk. Now I'm gonna...
Whoa, Biff. What's that?
That's Calvin Klein. Oh my God, he's a dream.
Whoa, kid, stop.
Calvin Klein is a dream.
Love it.
The main character, I think, is the town hall with the clock up the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is why I think all the clocks are really important, because it's not just about Back to the Future and the clocks turn back. We're very driven by the clock. You know,
Yeah.
we really are. And I just found it really interesting that it was used so much at the start. I'd never seen that scene with all the clocks and all that stuff. And I think
Very
Marty,
good set.
Yeah.
Very
great
good set.
set.
I went to the set.
Oh, bullshit.
So the second one came, and this is why I love the second one as well. The second one came out and I loved the first one. When they announced it was going to sequel, I fucking lost my mind.
Yeah.
And that they were setting it in the future. I thought like that was fucking incredible. 2015.
That's right. Yeah.
And I was at Universal in 1989, I think. So the film had been out a couple of months. And went to the set.
Wow.
But could only see bits of the set because they filmed the second and third one back to back. So even though they did the third one was the Wild West and they like had a completely different set. I think they had a little bit of setup at the beginning where they were using that set. So I was so fucking excited about it. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah.
And you're right about that clock tower because it has different significance in all three films.
It does. It starts with the lightning strike and getting the car going
and
without
it's
the
never
petroleum.
Worked. It's never worked. The clock.
Yes.
The clock fucking went bung.
Yes.
And
there was
stopped.
something about an energy or something about it that I
The
understood.
lightning struck it, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and you're like, the clock has never worked. And there's that drive to get to raise money to get the clock to work again.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to remember it was all going a bit derelict and there were like a lot of shop fronts closed and stuff like that. In the 80s version, a lot of the cinema I think had closed down. Oh, the cinema was showing pornos and stuff.
Oh, right.
And back in the 50s, it's like, you know, regular films and all of that kind of thing. But it was like, how those kind of like even those common areas change over time.
That's right.
In the future,
Which is
it was
how
all
it
zhuzhed up.
changes in real life.
Yeah,
like
that's
you
right.
go back to your where you grew up to an arcade near the library.
Yeah.
Everything's gone.
Yeah, yeah.
And that saddened me as well because it was like, well, this is true. This is what happens as life goes on.
Yeah.
People can't afford the shops and there's no more family businesses. It's just all whatever the time is, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, loved the mum, loved Biff. Kind of, I tell you what did disturb me a bit, I don't know why, it might be my age, when Biff tried to rape the mum. Well, it wasn't really rape, but it really was.
Well, in today's standards, like he would have got cancelled.
Absolutely.
For forcing himself upon her.
That's right.
Yeah.
But in that reaction, his whole idea of coming when I scream, it actually worked out where the universe took over and said, Biff's going to do this and you've got to now save him from Biff. You know?
Yeah. That
So-
kind of dynamic that the villain is going to like capture the heroine and have his way with her. That's like
railway
an
line.
old.
That's right.
That's like an old
Ropes
kind
on
of
the railway
film.
line, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
right. That's all it
She's
is.
all tied up on the fucking railway line.
And in fact, the whole film is it has like classical elements. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the physical comedy is very Curly, Moe and Larry. It's very
Yeah.
Three Stooges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
sorry guys, this is why I think Michael Jackson would have been a huge fan because he loved, he grew up on the
100%.
fucking silver screen
Yeah.
footage.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson loved it. He had a big presence in all three films. Michael Jackson had a big presence in all three films.
With Beat It and stuff like that and just being, well, he was huge
Yeah.
at the time. So they were playing him in the second episode right up the front, weren't they? And he was
yeah.
selling something. Michael Jackson was selling something. Or he was
They had him.
almost like a,
They had him fused with Max Headroom at one
that's
stage.
right, yeah.
The little kid had the, that poster of Michael Jackson. I think he's got a yellow sweater on.
Yes.
The kid had
yeah.
that on his wall.
Yeah. And Van Halen gets a mention.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
which is really important.
Yeah.
And he was the biggest thing at that time, guitarist at the time as well.
Yeah.
You know, let's go back and have a look at the lightning scene. So this is what we were talking about with the clock tower, and they're trying to get out of Back to the Future. Here we go. I wanted to play that because the music score is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's fucking incredible.
It's incredible. Tell us about the music score and what you know about that, babe.
I love it just because it's firstly, well, it's you had the soundtrack, so you had the sort of Power
That's
of Love,
right.
Huey Lewis, but you also had the score.
Yeah.
And it was very sort of very John Williams in a way.
Yeah, Batman.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
very kind of superhero-ish. It's another reason it was sort of fairy tale, you know,
Yeah,
in that way. But I love it because it was recorded with real instruments and it wasn't done on the computer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have it then.
So it was Alan Silvestri. He was the composer of the score, and he had worked with Zemeckis on Romancing the Stone, which is another great soundtrack. Like
Yes.
really great score.
And it's so important in these years to have such a big, epic soundtrack because music changes your body and it's part of the character.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And you feel that because when this lightning thing happens and I'm really thinking he's not going to get there in time
Yeah.
and he's going to crash into the shop with the car.
Yeah.
It was quite full on for me to watch because I was like, oh my God, he's not going to get this fucking cord and plug it in.
Yeah. There was a lot of that sort of like kind of
And
hair,
I like
trigger
that
stuff.
because I've never seen
The urgency is always the fucking thing about these films. The urgency is
Yeah.
so high, and it's a lot of those performances that keep it high. Eric Stoltz to me is not
urgent.
No, he's a
He's
very
got pretty
settled,
eyes.
very settled energy, very internal.
Some kind of
I don't
wonderful,
know-
fantastic.
Don't know how the fuck he got cast in the first place.
Must be a good guy.
Because it's like money, like fucking Michael J. Fox. sprinting around everywhere, like fucking. And then you've got Doc Brown, who's like, there's always some crisis.
Yeah.
He's always fucking freaking out about something.
Doc Brown falls on things by mistake.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not a perfect scientist.
No.
And that's cool as well.
Yeah, he makes
because
mistakes
you know
and
what?
learns. And
that's another message. You don't have to be fucking perfect. And you could be making something like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not the perfect people that get there.
Yeah.
It's the ones that just keep doing it, resilience and stuff.
Now, talking about Doc Brown and his mistakes, remember he's borrowed, I think, money from the Libyans to get the plutonium?
Yeah, that's right.
And they come to fucking shoot him.
That's right.
They come to fucking shoot the
car
shit out of
park.
him because he owes them money.
Money, yeah.
And they're in a fucking combi van.
That's right.
In a fucking combi with fucking semi-automatic rifles, like fucking shooting the shit out of him. It's so violent.
It was, but
Why'd they
it
have
also,
to be Libyans?
It made the film. Yeah, well, that's true because didn't they have oil there or something? Or
Is it like I think just like an 80s thing, like let's say they're Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
or
you
know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Use the extras from Liberian Girl, Michael Jackson's
Yeah.
video. Well, that's horrible to say, but could be. I was thinking that part was quite full on for me too because he had to get back to save Doc so that he wasn't going to be shot to death.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
Something happened. So the second time he goes, he's got a bulletproof vest on.
Yeah.
Is that because of the letter he wrote him to say you need to wear a bulletproof vest or you're going to be shot? Because he said don't open this until 1982.
Yeah, there was some inside information. There was something that had gotten through.
Because I think Michael, in the second Michael J. Fox that is, looks at it and then he wakes up Doc and he's okay. He's been shot, but he's got the bullet.
Yeah.
I missed a little bit of that, I must say.
Missed that. There was a lot of.
There's so much in there that you could watch back.
It's so detailed.
And pick up again.
It's incredibly
I reckon
detailed.
I'd have to watch it 3 times.
Yeah.
Because I'm very slow at processing. I'm fast in areas.
Yeah.
But if it means a lot to me, I see all this other stuff before I get to the main fucking point.
So much work had been done on that script. There is not one line in that script that hasn't come on, like it's just thrown away or crap. It's always linked to somewhere else. And this is because of the way that they write scripts and they use I think they call it the billboard method.
Okay.
And they basically write major plot points and they put it up on the timeline, like on fucking system cards. They write them all up and they're like, okay, one really cool thing they wanted is that Marty invents rock and roll.
Yeah.
If he's going back to 1955, they're going to have him invent rock and roll. So they put that in the middle of the timeline in 1955. So that means somewhere previously in the film, they have to show that Marty is a rock and roll fan and he has to be into guitar and he needs to play guitar.
Yeah. So
because you don't see him playing guitar.
No.
He does that big fucking, he hooks up to the amp, remember?
Yeah.
Brown, turns it on and it blows him backwards.
Right.
You don't see him play guitar again.
No, you don't.
Until he gets up and playing Johnny Be Good. And you think like weird way to open the film, but he's into fucking Eddie. He puts a tape in of Eddie Van Halen into the Walkman.
Yep.
To fucking wake somebody up at some stage. Anyway, this is the way that they write. It's very good for economy of script.
Yeah.
So if something happens, they reuse that.
Yeah.
You know, nothing is happening.
Very clever.
Yeah, very, very fucking clever.
Yeah.
Huey, originally Zemeckis wanted Marty to be a fan of Huey Lewis and the News.
Yep.
But Huey Lewis wasn't sure if the film would be a hit and he was like, I don't know. He had submitted the film and it was through Power of Love. He didn't know if he wanted to be attached to the film that much.
This is the thing with musos. They really don't know.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't
really
with the
don't
films
know.
that they...
And you know what? This is the time where musos were living off this shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So we were just talking about this in the Patreon. You don't know where you're at in the industry's world.
Yeah.
Where if everything is about movie now with musicians.
Yeah.
You know, so it would have been that first, is it going to be too daggy? You're already daggy, cunt. You're already daggy.
Yeah.
Get in the fucking film.
Yeah,
You're
that's right.
perfect for it.
Yeah.
And that's what their manager probably would have said. You could imagine he probably went, oh, no, we don't want to do the fucking kids movie. But it isn't a kids movie. That song, Power of Love, whenever you play that, at our gigs especially, they love it.
Yep.
Yet they couldn't tell you another Huey Lewis and the fucking new song.
No, that's exactly right.
Couldn't tell you.
That's exactly right.
You know?
So isn't that interesting? He was going to be Huey in the Huey Lewis and the news
I like
fan.
the Michael Jackson thing though a lot better.
Yeah.
Because he sort of wasn't cool enough to be a Michael Jackson fan. I think you would have had too much of the same dag. You know what I mean? Michael J. Fox, Huey Lewis. It would have just not worked. But to know that he's aspiring to be Van Halen
to be a guitar hero.
makes more sense
Yeah.
and is more interesting because you know he's never going to be a Van Halen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's just have a look at it's really cute. So to get his mum and dad back together, he has to perform. The guitarist, what happened to the guitarist? He was sick or something or?
Marty was locked in the boot, remember?
That's right.
Getting him out of the boot, getting him out of the boot, prizing him out of the boot with the screwdriver, the guitarist cuts his hand.
That's right.
And can't play guitar.
Yeah, and then
Very detailed.
very good introduction of the guys that are in the band as well because they're so super cool.
Yeah.
And it's like Biff's going to cop it.
Yeah.
You know, this was the only thing that came up against Biff was these guys.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, their musos. And in the 50s, most good musos were black musicians.
Yeah.
They weren't white.
Yeah.
So you get that comparison of him, I can play guitar, and they're like, oh, fucking white bread, here we go. But he's back in the future, which means he's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
For that reason only.
Yeah.
Not because he's a great guitarist, you know. So we look back at, I'm going to give you, the Marvin Gaye thing, yeah.
Come on, man. Let's do something that really cooks. Something that cooks. All right. This is an oldie, but it's an oldie where I come from. All right, guys, listen, this is a blues riff and B. Watch me for the changes and try and keep up, okay?
So great.
Pretty amazing. Great sequence.
Great sequence.
And you know what? Chuck Berry did not give permission for them to use the song until a day before filming.
Wow.
And got $50,000 just for
good on him.
Like as a payout to use the film.
And then he would have got residuals
exactly
all the way through his life.
And talking about sort of like rights and that kind of thing, there was a singer called Mark Campbell who provided Marty's singing voice.
Okay,
but he
I was going to ask
uncredited.
about that.
Yeah, he was uncredited in the credits because they wanted the public thinking that it was Michael J. Fox's voice. And as compensation, they got him a couple of points of they got him a small percentage of the soundtrack revenue.
Wow.
Which would have done really well because of Huey Lewis.
Fuck yeah, I would have gone no worries.
Fucking use my voice. Let them think that it's him.
You can tell when people speak, you can hear their singing voice.
Yeah.
It's not Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, no.
But people would have believed it.
Yeah, they would have.
Because dumb shits would have that don't sing, you know?
People were still kind of fooled by stunts. They was, when it was obviously not that person doing the stunt.
There was a wig.
Yes.
Wig.
A guy with a wig on.
Yeah. I remember watching, we were talking about Leah Purcell in High Country. When we did Wentworth, we had a stunt chick do Leah jumping over this wire gate and she had the wig on and it fucking looked real.
Yeah.
But then when you watched it being done, you went, oh, that's not Leah's.
Yeah, no one's going to believe this.
No one's going to believe, but they do.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
You know.
People just fucking believe what they saw.
And you're in that believable mindset when you're watching this movie as well.
Yeah, that's right.
This is what's happening now.
Yeah.
You know, and if you can watch a movie from the 80s that still stands up like this one today, which we're going to see in the cinema in Australia, Maddie and I, or Maddie will divorce me. I will really, I'll love to get absorbed in that stuff. Like I really love to sit there and just go, this is happening because it's a reality break.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And how many people needed a reality break? We may have had more money in the 80s. I don't know. But I mean, I don't even think it's right to say I wish that had happened to me. I don't wish it would happen to me at all. I don't want to meet my parents when they're my age, you know, or 25. That would be my biggest nightmare.
Yeah.
Because you're not connected in that way where the future's there. But it would have taken you away from just having a bit of peace for a couple of hours, you know. And that's what the music and the movie industry is really missing. I find a lot of peace in sitting there and watching this stuff and going, I'm time out.
Yeah.
From emails, from phone calls, you know what I mean? And from people just being dickheads.
It's quite magical, the film. The film has a magic to it, which is like showcased by that soundtrack, that Alan Silvestri. It's sort of like there's lots of chimes and bells and stuff like that.
I love the chime.
Like a Disney film.
The chime is like a bot or an Easter egg.
Yeah.
As soon as you hear that,
–
you know what the movie is, right? And it's like it's trained.
Yeah,
You hear it,
exactly
you know
right.
what it is. And I only thought that yesterday because I've never watched the whole movie in full, but when I heard the chime, I went, I've heard the chime.
Yeah.
Yes, I do understand it's from that movie. Yeah, really.
Hey, did you notice there were a couple of really interesting cameos? Before they were famous for two of them and before they were famous for all three, I imagine. So there was like Billy Zane was one of Biff Tanner's cronies.
Didn't see
like
that.
one of his mates. Yeah. I was watching it thinking like, fuck, there's one of the mates is hot.
Yeah.
And it was fucking Billy Zane.
Yeah, see, I didn't look that far.
Yeah.
I'm totally absorbed by Biff.
Yeah. So I look in the background. I look at the filmmaking and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And then in the second one, the little kid in the diner was Elijah Wood.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, little kid. And then in the second and third one, there's kind of a secondary bully called Needles.
Needles.
Douglas Needles.
Right.
And he's
funny name.
Marty's boss.
Okay.
So he's Marty's, whereas Biff Tannen was the dad's bully, Marty's bully was this Needles, and he became his boss. The boss is Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wow.
So Flea must have been doing heaps. Flea's been in a few films,
Yeah,
mate.
and this is the thing. We were talking about that during the Patreon. When you are a musician, you do stuff like this to get by.
Yeah. In LA, that is very big.
Yeah.
In LA, sort of being a crossover artist is
And
huge.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like that in the rest of the world.
You know?
But like Flea was a mover and shaker in the 80s.
Well, look at his energy. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I just want to play the Lindsay Buckingfield song
Oh,
that
yeah?
every time the alarm bell goes off, it was really noticeable for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's been writing movie soundtracks for so long and you don't realise, like, didn't he do Holiday Road or whatever, or Holiday Road?
Yeah.
Like, and that was the thing that tied it up for me. I was like, oh, Lindsay's on here, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
here we go. It's called Time Bomb, I think.
I got some strange information. I can't think of nothing else. There must be about 1,000,000 single ways to go down. 'Cause I'm a lonely stranger in this time bomb town. I got some strange information.
Time Bomb Town.
There we go.
Now, I find him quirky as well.
Mm.
He reminds me of the dad
Yeah, right.
a little bit, but
Yeah.
musically.
Yeah.
It's like you can see the dad really enjoying this shit.
Yeah.
So that's the tie up with the father I have with the alarm clock as well. Because he really wasn't a father. Was he a father or a fucking clown?
Well, no, he wasn't.
You
And
know
this
what
is
I
part of
mean?
it. This is why the kids were all off the rails.
Yeah.
They kind of, they hadn't reached their potential because
He
the
was a
father, yes, the father hadn't reached his potential.
And that was the dynamic I loved as well, because no woman in the world would date that.
No.
Too soft.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the love was there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
And I think Lindsay, I just find it incredible that he's written on a lot of movies. The songs aren't great.
Yeah.
But the bass lines are.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
right.
And
Yeah.
it's quirky but enough for me to notice when that alarm clock went off, that was Lindsay Buckingham.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the shit that they've thought about. Don't you worry about that.
100%.
And
Absolutely.
I don't think we think like that anymore.
Yeah.
I really don't think people do.
No.
You know? There we go. We've done over an hour, sweetie.
Brilliant.
Or 3 minutes to an hour, which is perfect.
There's our show. Go and watch it, guys.
Go to
It's
the
so
cinemas.
multi-layered. We have a kind of idea of what we think Back to the Future is.
Yeah.
When you go and actually watch the film and see how good it is, one thing, just to slag it off in the fucking 11th hour,
Okay.
I didn't like the makeup.
Right.
The
Well, whose
aging makeup was terrible.
Oh, yeah, no, horrible. But was that
Terrible.
meant to be horrible, though? Wasn't it meant to be a piss take?
No.
Really?
Well, they'd cast younger actors to play.
It reminded me of David Lee Roth's Californian Girls,
Oh, it looked
where they get
so
fat.
bad.
Oh, no, was it Californian Girls or some David Lee Roth song where they go,
Yeah, it
come
is
on, and they
California
take
Girls.
photos of like
Yeah.
that same shit.
Yeah. But
And I
it's
just
like
thought it was kind of part of it.
The mum, because the mum, you
She wouldn't be that ugly.
but like you could see the edges of the prosthetic.
Yeah.
Because she
Maybe
had,
they
the mum
had
was
a
fat,
budget.
remember?
Yeah.
'Cause she'd eaten all her feelings and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And
She
it was
did.
awful.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Well,
when they're young, Crispin Glover didn't look so bad, but the mums was not good.
yeah.
And the aging makeup was not particularly good across all three
I'm not
films.
sure whether they were taking that seriously, though.
Oh, of course they would have been.
they?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
a piss take on bad aging. That
Nah, they were trying their hardest. That was
Really?
just the technology of the time, you know.
right didn't come across to me as a
Trying to get it
full-on thing.
right.
Yeah.
Looks shit. Anyway,
There
there's
you go. coughing.
Dying.
Jay's got a bad infection.
Yeah. AIDS is flaring up.
No, it's not AIDS, everyone. Don't write in.
Asthma.
Don't give us money. Yeah, give us Patreon money for AIDS.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
great.
right.
Anyway.
Money for AIDS,
money
guys.
for
Send
AIDS.
it in.
We'll
Become
see you in a
patron.
couple of weeks. We'll have a fucking letterbox, bloody box.
I'll have my
full of
red
it.
ribbon on.
Yeah. You can get medicine for that now. But what I was going to say was great movie.
Yeah.
Go to the cinemas. The thing is, nostalgia still fucking pays.
Gotcha.
I think it's taken $6.7 million at the box office in America just this weekend or last weekend.
Is that right?
Gone. Yeah.
Fuck.
Now, did we mention
Amazing.
we were doing it on the 5th of November, which is...
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
I wasn't
did.
sure if that was now or the Patreon.
Very good.
That's
Very
a spin
timely.
out. Yeah. So, you won't get this, guys, until Sunday or Monday morning.
In the future.
In the future. That's
See,
right.
it's all intentional.
Oh, we've thought so hard about it.
Very good.
But things sometimes fall into place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure that's what the movie was about as well.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not just about the plans. It's also about the universe, fate.
Yeah,
That's
fate
right.
and destiny.
There was
Amazing.
no way the mum and dad wasn't going to get back together.
Fate and free will. And
Yeah.
fate and free will is like an old, like that comes from
Wives' tale.
Greek theatre and stuff. Like that's
yeah,
old.
Yeah.
You know?
It's still the truth.
Interesting.
It is the truth. Now, we will love and leave you guys. We'll do some shout outs next episode.
Yep.
Enjoy the 40th anniversary. Watch it. I think you can get it on Foxtel as well.
Absolutely. It's on Binge.
It's on Binge, that's right. I'm sure
Yeah.
I watched it on Foxtel. And I'm going to watch the second one tonight just because
Yeah.
it takes you out of your headspace. This is where we're missing. You can watch fucking TikTok all you like, but you're still invested
Yeah.
and you know where it's going. You don't know where creativity's going and this kind of stuff.
That's it. Yeah.
Which is good. All right, Ski.
Beautiful guys, we're going to love you and leave you.
Yes.
Please like, share, rate and review. Become a Patreon like we mentioned at the top of the show. Best thing you can do. $1.50, no, $2 and you're a Patreon on board. But for $15 you get the extra episodes, which we've just recorded and they were awesome.
They were.
Also, just become a subscriber. Hit subscribe. It's free.
Yes, smash that subscribe button because the algorithms go nuts. And also, if you give us a comment on YouTube and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, it takes us up the charts. I mean, we put out the Mum and Dad special on the Monday morning because Maddie has changed his timetable, Monday afternoon, and it already charted in the top 104 episodes.
Yeah.
So this one should go nuts because it's Back to the fucking future.
That's right. Absolutely.
So download it, make some comments, give us your take on what you think the movie meant to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really important.
What was its
because
strongest element?
What was it? What characters did you like? Because things that appeal to us, Jay and I are very similar. But things that appeal to us may be sort of what doesn't appeal to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Nice one, guys. We love you. We're doing a compilation album next week. It's a ripper.
Here we are.
You'll love it.
Aussie compilation album.
Yeah. Till then, if it's music mateys,
all cool shit from the 80s.
we're going to talk about it.
Unreal.